thank you all for coming out tonight. I know some of you came from a very long ways away. So let me get right to the point. Why society should encourage motherhood as an ideal job for women. I wouldn't have traded my job for anything, my mom said as she watched her son walk up the steps to his college, to his new home. The modern world has twisted feminism and given the wrong definition to women's rights. Much education teaches that value is defined by wealth and authority. However, true value is based on the actions that one is created to do. Women were designed to raise children, and society should encourage it as an ideal, if not the most important job for women. When the culture constantly tells mothers that their job and even themselves are of less worth when they do what their God-given desire tells them to do, that is when society starts to corrupt. Because God created women with maternal instincts, it's no surprise that statistics show maternity is exactly what the majority of women want. It's also cheaper and more flexible for mothers to stay at home with their children than to work away from them. Further, motherhood makes a bigger impact on the world than many other jobs. Women are designed with a natural instinct to want to have kids. Statistics show that more millennial women are staying at home, 90% of mothers work from home, and many remain in the home because they want to. The scriptures also seem to imply that this is exactly what women were created to do when it says, "Give her the fruit of her hands and let her works praise her in the gates." It's no surprise then that females have a skill and natural desire for taking care of kids. Staying at home is also for the most part cheaper for a mother than working, obviously. According to various studies, a stay-at-home mom is worth around $117,000, saving over $16,000 every year. According to Forbes, the value of a stay-at-home mom is beyond measure. If God created women for it, then this should certainly not be a surprise. Being the cheapest and most flexible of occupations, our culture should consider motherhood a viable economic option. Motherhood does seem to be not only important, but perhaps one of the most important jobs of all. If women were to revere it, they could greatly impact the world. There's no better way to mold lives into the individuals that one wants than to teach them from birth. The false notion that documents such as the Bible are sexist could be why it is hard to see the value of motherhood. Her children rise up and call her blessed, her husband also, and he praises her. This verse is nowhere near sexist, and if anything, it's quite the opposite. Mothers ultimately have more authority, power, and influence when they stay home and teach their own children. They'll also have something more precious than a job to care for. Most mothers agree that caring for their loved one is the most fulfilling job in the world. Society, including feminists, should therefore encourage women to be mothers and stop pretending other occupations are more important. Motherhood is clearly an ideal job for women because of the natural desire of females, the cost, the flexibility, and the world-changing reward. Though value is not defined by authority, nor wealth, nor statistics, studies do seem to indicate that motherhood is indeed one of the greatest jobs and highest influences in the culture. Every woman was designed to raise children, and society should encourage it as an ideal, if not the most important job for women. When a girl says she wants to be a mom, people should not shame her. One should not jump to the conclusion that she has been brainwashed into thinking this is the greatest job for her. For indeed, as my own mother would say, this is the greatest job for her. Thank you, and happy Mother's Day.